show. Rise above the noise. This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. This is the Citi Breakfast Show. This is the Citi Breakfast Show.
Now, if we are children, then we are heirs of God and co-heirs with Christ. If indeed we share in his suffering, in order that we may also share in his glory. Romans 8:17, beautifully put into melody by daughters of glorious Jesus. And they have given a new touch to the old song. Starting your Monday morning, June 29, 2026. It's 33 after 6. Good morning to you. If you can hear my voice, this is 97.3 Citi FM. We're grateful for life and opportunity to serve. And being heirs means also that we are entrusted with the responsibility to take care of our heritage and to protect what has been bequeathed unto us. That includes the values of our society. That includes what brings us together. That includes the very environment that gives us a space to work, live, and love. So we cannot be irresponsible with how we build around. We cannot be irresponsible with how we move around. You heard in the news earlier this morning, the N1 is literally submerged. When I heard that on the news, I thought, oh, how? You get there and you notice that it is submerged. And why? People have cleared trees, people have built on forested areas. If you move further, people have built on waterways. There are no drains. It's a messy morning today. So if you are yet to leave home, the message is do your calculations well. If you are in a little car, you are likely going to struggle. And if you are using trotro, please call your boss. The morning is messy. Good morning. Welcome to a brand new day. Business Sense is brought to you by ABSA. Going green is not just about saving the planet. It can save you real money. Install solar panels and cut down on your power costs. Get an electric vehicle and reduce what you spend getting around. Switch to energy efficient equipment and lower the cost of running your home or business. And the best part, ABSA Bank can help you finance all of it. The ABSA Green Finance Loan gives you what you need to make it happen. Walk into any ABSA branch, ask about the ABSA Green Finance Loan today. Say yes to a greener tomorrow. Terms and conditions apply. Your story matters, ABSA. Now, your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy amazing benefits from lower interest rates, higher loan interest amounts, higher loan amounts, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. It's time to switch and smile wider with Fidelity Bank. To learn more, call 0800 003355. FidelityBank.com.gh is our website. Our socials, Fidelity Bank GH. Fidelity Bank, believe with us. The newspapers are not in today, so we'll bring you an online review. It's 36 after 6. Bernardino Koku Avle, Francisca Kakrafos, and good morning. It's quite a rainy morning today.
Charlie, I'm really surprised you are still here playing music and talking about
English.
Charlie.
No, it's messy.
I think it's been raining. Started raining parts of last night
Night,
into the morning. Indeed, according to the Meteo Agency, after a prolonged rain from yesterday, a thunderstorm is also emerging, right? Which is why I think this is quite alarming. When I saw the forecast this morning, I was a bit worried because it reads, and I'm going to read this. It says, the rain with or without thunder of varying intensity, currently affecting parts of the coast and a few inland areas, is expected to persist throughout the forecast period amid patches of mist or fog over the forest and mountainous regions. Then it goes on with a yellow highlight. However, a weak to moderate thunderstorm or rainstorm sighted along the coast of Togo, Benin is anticipated to propagate westward, bringing increased cloud cover and triggering thunderstorms with rain over southern Ghana from this morning in the afternoon areas. So it's been raining already, and a thunderstorm is going to follow.
Wow.
And I need to say to you that at least the route I used, the what do you call this road? The George Walker Bush Highway.
Yeah, the N1.
Starting from Fiesta Royal Hotel.
Oh, man.
All through to Noga Hill Hotel.
Crazy.
It's flooded.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the Apenkwa turn that brings you back into the Achimota to Circle Road.
That's correct.
It's it's already had a challenge.
It's messy,
and there's also 2 heaps of
laterite.
Yes, laterite there. So it's a lot of traffic. And then parts of Tesano all flooded.
Yeah.
Atomic Junction.
Yeah.
If you look at the Atomic Junction has this very funny sort of runabout underneath. If you're coming from Presec down or you're coming from Firestone, the whole place is flooded. And I think the University of Ghana should, as a matter of public, what's the word? Public in the public interest, they should open the electronic gates, all the gates, because I'm not even sure people can use the main Atomic Junction to Legon Road from Medina.
And when you go further, I use the Standards Authority side. That's also flooded.
Fully flooded.
It's flooded. You have just the innermost lane available, and everybody's
just one lane
to use just that one lane.
Wow. So it's and of course there are many places. Yesterday, people who live in Kasua appealed to me to do a show today talking about the tortuous journey from Kasua to Accra. They didn't even know it was going to rain this badly. So I'm very, very sure that most people are stuck, and I just want to urge NADMO and the coordinating council to go out, because there's a lot of people who have become victims of flooding. And this morning, because of the caliber of rain that's been falling since yesterday, I can say that a lot of places would be
cut off completely. So, like Kasua, for example, we understand the entire stretch is cut off. Wager all the way is blocked completely as a result of the rains and the silt we always talk about. Alajo is also flooded, towards the GTUC police training school.
Yeah, that just close to where we are here.
Exactly.
So I want to urge the NADMO and the regional coordinating councils and the district assemblies to treat today as an emergency morning, because and the truth is that it's going to continue for a while, the way the rain is being described. I mean, if you use the N1 and you are not a brave person, you will just return or leave your car around, because there's crazy. So much water on the road, and you can't even see, and it after the N1.
And there's a lot of water hitting your windscreen, so you can barely see.
Kakra, it took a small Toyota Wits or something in front of me with his hazards on that I followed all through before I got to the overhead. I mean, you can't see anything. So we just want to say, look, if there's no need to even force yourself and drive, look for a safe place and park and just wait for the weather to clear. I think schools should also take their time this morning. I know some schools are starting exams and all of that. Don't, in the name of rushing to school, endanger your life. I think we need to use the medium to educate people around how to behave during a hazardous flood situation. So look for higher ground, look for a church which is big enough on a high ground. If there's a high-rise building that you are not sure of its integrity, please move away from it. If you can get to a dry or low, so what else?
A highland,
a higher level ground. Just go and wait there until the rains clear.
Yeah, but we will get in touch with our colleague Wilson very shortly, because he tells us that the Kaswa side from Wager is completely blocked. So we will speak to him so he gives us a fine appreciation of the challenge.
Completely blocked.
It's completely blocked. And you see, talking about the University of Ghana, if you're coming from Hacho to hit the Legon bypass, the trees around on a portion of the stretch have been completely cleared. I don't know if a project is going to be put up. And so that means that with the heavy rains, all the water is running onto the road. There are no drains. So it comes...
I know.
It's a
so you're talking
very
about
bad
from the Toyota building, the new
Correct.
law school.
Correct.
There's a sharp curve.
Thank you.
And some water has already started accumulating there.
That whole stretch is also
and there's
very
also
bad
it's
this
not a very well lit road when
all.
it's dark. So we just want to urge commuters to be extra cautious. I would say if you are not on the road, stay home.
Yeah.
And if you're on the road and there's a clear space which is not flooded, you can park there, put your hazards on.
Yeah.
But if you believe you know where you're going, maximum 35 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
Just take it easy and take your time. So if you're listening to us and you have a story to share with us, please send us a video or a photo or
WhatsApp.
a voice note on 053.
986 996.
Let's repeat the number.
053-986-996, and then we will be able to highlight.
Okay,
that for you.
and while we are finding safety amid the rain, I think it's also important to do some reflection.
True.
When you were talking about the Kaswa stretch, the Legon area, you were talking about there being no gutters. That triggered a video I watched. I've been watching a series of videos put together by the Bus Stop Boys over the weekend. And I was very dismayed and disappointed to find out that a lot of the kiosks and containers that are selling along the streets, obviously unlawful, but they're being allowed. Some of them are sitting on drains. They have filled, and I think we saw this in Tema MP Ibi Bright's videos. Some of them have filled, the MCE.
Okay.
Yes. So some of them have filled the gutters with sand and cemented over them and placed their structures on. Some people have filled gutters in an entire area. They went to Taifa, and when they went there, their assumption was that there were no gutters. But apparently there were gutters. They had been filled to create more land space for people to erect their structures on it. And when they toppled over some of these structures, the filth, the rodents, the huge, gigantic cockroaches, the worms, it was very disgusting.
I would actually support a national cleanup day. In the morning when Sami Akom was reading the news, he mentioned about lack of engineered landfill sites in part of Accra. So there were two big areas where refuse hasn't been collected. I think we probably need to escalate the project we started with Zoom Lion to do a full, because a lot of the flooding is occasioned by choked drains, refuse not being put at the right place. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done in the capital to just clear the waterways to go.
Because some of the flooding is unusual, Bernard. And I think that in finding new landfill sites, etc., we need to crack the whip as well, because we are creating this unusual flooding we see. Areas that ordinarily wouldn't flood today are flooding. Literally everywhere in Accra is flooding, and it's largely because of our human behavior, our misconduct of concealing rubbish in drains and covering them up.
You heard a woman say on the news this morning that because her refuse hadn't been collected, she goes to dump it in the bush.
Which bush?
How do you even say this on air?
Yeah, and it's
on the main 37 highway, 37 stretch, the median where there's supposed to be grass. People are gradually piling rubbish there, and nobody's doing
That's
anything
what I'm saying.
about
That maybe
it.
this week it will be a good opportunity
to see sanitation
do some
laws
work.
enforced.
All right, so are you able to contact Wilson?
Let me talk to Kobna Wilson. Yes, he joins us on the line via Zoom. Kobna, tell us exactly where you are and paint a picture of the situation for us.
Hi, Philip. Good morning. I'm currently at home. Unfortunately, my light is out. I just go home and my light is out. So I'm sitting in the darkness. But I've returned home. So I decided to finish off. I don't know. I think there's some feedback in the line.
Yes, Kwabena, there is some feedback and we're trying to rework the line so we can get a better line. Good. If you can hear me now, where did you get to before you decided to return home?
Okay, so I got to when I left around 5:35 because that's when the rains appeared to be, the intensity appeared to be a bit low. So I decided to leave home. I didn't even get to SCC Junction, and I live inside the SCC. I didn't even get to SCC Junction, and then there was traffic all the way from inside SCC all the way to SCC Junction, and the roads were blocked. I mean, it was completely blocked. So I tried to check if I could go, but I noticed I can't. So everybody, all of us who were trying to leave home, we all turned. Now there's another route that you can use through Aigbe town that takes you through Weja. So that road takes you through Weja all the way to, you can either go through Awoshi or come back to Weja Junction and then join to Malam from there. Now I get to Aigbe town and that road too is gone. Like in fact, I got to a section where those who were coming from Weja were stuck because the road was full, and then where I was also going to, I was stuck. So I had to just turn. So that's the point I got, and I realized, no, if I try, maybe I'll just go get stuck somewhere. I decided to come back home. So that's where I got to. I didn't even get to the main road.
Well, prior to this rain, you had said to me yesterday that we should do a show today on your side of town and how commuting to Accra was getting increasingly difficult. Now, so even without the rain, what was the problem? And now that it has rained, what's the likely situation?
Okay, so Manan, so without the rain, in the last 1 month or so, we spend, I mean, you'll be lucky to spend anything less than 1 hour, 30 minutes in traffic just between SCC Junction and Malam Junction. You'll be that's when you've left home around 5. Then you'll spend at least 1 hour, 30 minutes. But if you mistakenly leave home around 6 a.m., you are likely to spend around 3 to 4 hours in traffic. Now, the problems are in two folds. SCC Junction to Old Barrier. That stretch shouldn't take you more than 1 minute or 2 minutes, roughly 2 minutes to cross. Now, when you get to SCC Junction, between SCC and Atala, that's where the main problem is. The road is terrible. Like, the silt has taken almost 2 parts. It's a 3-lane road. The silt has taken almost 2 lanes. So we are all left to navigate just 1 lane. The 1 lane is full of, and you can't even describe it as potholes. These are proper gullies that if you don't take time, you either ruin your car. So you have to take your time and drive at a very snail pace to cross that section. Now, the problem is worsened because in front, just from the West Hills Mall, there's supposed to be a major drainage, a major gutter. That gutter is filled with sand. So when it rains and even without the rains, all the wastewater that comes from Botiano, Red Top, that is supposed to go through the gutter, has now diverted onto the main road. So when you get to SCC Junction, all those who are waiting for trotro or commercial vehicles to come to work, will have to walk through the drain, the water that is coming from people's homes, and you don't know what is in the water, coming from people's homes all the way from Red Top, which has now diverted onto the road, and it goes all the way to a place called Block Factory. And these are areas that people have to stand to pick cars. And so that makes it even difficult to even cross that section. So between SCC Junction and Atala, and this problem has persisted for at least more than 6 years. Just that small stretch of the road, just that small stretch, you can spend at least just 1 hour crossing between SCC Junction and Old Barrier. And this is just 2 minutes. If you are driving through without traffic, it should take you less than 2 minutes to cross that road. Now, when you cross to Old Barrier, that's where the real problem now begins. Because from Old Barrier to Malam Junction, that's roughly a 20 minutes drive, roughly. But Bernard, you can spend at least 2 hours just between Old Barrier and Malam Junction. Because when you get to Malam Junction, the road at Malam Junction has completely deteriorated. Completely. It's bad. Like every second that you move your car, there's a pothole. So all of us who drive on that road stretch, when we get to Malam Junction, you now have to take your time and slow down to drive just between Malam Junction and the N1 highway, just before you get to the N1 highway. So there are 2 fuel stations by that side. There's Star Oil, and then there's Goil. Star Oil, I think Goil. Now in front, that's the
Goil
main
and
road.
Total. Yeah.
And that's where the Total has now changed to Star Oil.
Very well.
Yeah, so it's Star Oil and Goil. So that's where you have, and just that small stretch, which shouldn't take you less than 30 seconds, is what is causing the traffic. That keeps people in traffic for more than 3 hours. Last week, I left home. One of the days, I mistakenly left home around 6 a.m. I got to the office around 9:30 a.m. just stuck in traffic. And it's just because of that small stretch of the road. Friday evening, when I was coming home from work, when I got to Malam Junction, I saw some trucks there, and I thought they were going to fix the road. To my surprise and to my shock, Saturday morning, I decided to go to town. I got in the trucks, and all the heavy machines I saw, they were not there. And I found out that they were there attempting to fix the road because on Saturday the president was going to the central region.
So that's what they were trying to do.
Yes, pretending as if they were working, but there was nothing on the road. I used the road on Saturday, and there was nothing. They had not even fixed anything at all.
I've been sent a video from Tetegu Bridge, and it looks very scary. There, it looks like it's like the bridge is over a lake. I'm not sure. Is it a lake
that the Densu?
Yeah,
so that's the Densu River. That's the Densu River that comes from the Wizard Dam. That connects.
It's looking very serious.
Yes.
So the communities on that side. So what's the name of that area? Is that Tetegu?
So that's Tetegu.
Oh my God! From what I'm seeing, it looks very serious. Hold on. We just want to announce a couple of things this morning that, based on what we've observed and what we've heard from our listeners, people should just stay home until, of course, that's if you're in a house that is safe. Okay, so I need to be careful how I put this out. But if you are in if you don't have to leave home and your house is safe, just stay there. That's point number 1. And find a higher ground and move to, if you know it, if you live in a place that is flood prone. That's number 2. Number 3, if you're driving, you have to be extra cautious or look for a safe place and park. The rain is falling in different parts of the country. We are talking to our colleague who lives near SCC, and he's talking about the challenges they face even moving out of their homes. And this morning, many places are flooded. If you're listening to us from any part of the city or even the country where there's flooding, send us a voice note so we can know, and also announce it to NADMO if you need help. The WhatsApp number is 053
986 996.
The number again is 053
986 996.
If you need help, send us a WhatsApp voice note and we'll send it to the appropriate authorities. The Atomic Junction area is flooded as of the time we checked. We're asking the University of Ghana to open all the gates to allow commuters to use those roads. If you're listening to us from Temagov City, from Ashaiman, from Amasaman, from Ofanko, from Oyibi, wherever you're listening, let's know how the situation is. Those of you in the Kaswa area, Welsing is explaining. So Welsing, it appears that today people who live in Kaswa, SCC and those places will not be able to go to work until maybe after 10 a.m. from what you are describing.
It may actually go beyond 10 a.m. Because there's no other road that you can use. When it rains, as for the Atala SCC place, it's not even advisable to drive through, because when it rains, what happens is that the rain water completely takes over the road. Now, what happens is that the police would then divert us to use the other side of the road. That is the one towards Kaswa. So then we share the lane with those who are going towards Kaswa. But when the rains are heavy, it's even difficult because the 3 lanes, the inner lane will be completely taken over by the rainwater. All right. So then we are left with only 2 lanes to share with the ones going towards Kaswa. And I doubt how people can even move out this morning. And
your light is also out. So stay on the line.
The light is also out.
Stay on the line. Caleb, people are asking me where they should go if they believe where they are is flooded. Do you have any list of safe havens as announced by government officials, so we can put that out.
So NADMO and the AMA have put together some of these places that are safe havens. So if you are in Ablekuma South, for example, Kolegono, Choko, Mamprobi, Kolebu, New Mamprobi, these are some of the places you can go to. St. Mary's Secondary School, Kolegono Cluster of Schools, Galilee Methodist Church, St. George's Anglican Church, Martyrs of Uganda, Nazareth Methodist Church, MOH Basic School, I'm sure that's Ministry of Health.
That's for Kolebu.
Yes, and Kiddie Class School. So these are for those in Ablekuma South.
So Kolegono is in Mary's,
yes,
and Kolegono Cluster. Choko is Galilee Methodist and St. George Anglican. Mamprobi is Martyrs of Uganda, Nazareth Methodist. Kolebu is MOH, and then New Mamprobi is Kiddie Class. What about those who are in Okaikwe South and Asiedu Keteke?
So if you are in Okaikwe South, if you are in Bubui, you can go to Accra Academy, Kaneshi 1 and 3 cluster of schools. Kaneshi also, we have Kaneshi Methodist JHS. If you're in the Awudome areas, there are a number of places you can go to. You can go to the Kingsway cluster of schools. There is Kaneshi North School, Kaneshi Presby Preparatory School. Now, if you are within the Aveno area, Aveno, go to the Police Depot Basic School or the Police Training School.
Okay.
Even though the road leading to that place is flooded, if you manage to get there, you'll be safe. And then there is Katsian and Mukose. All right. So cable and wireless cluster of schools is a good place to be. If you are reading Gonten.
Oh, sorry. Gonten. That's St. Teresa's School Complex.
I'm very sorry.
Gonten.
So go to St. Teresa's School Complex. We are in Gonten. I say hi, God, for you.
All right. Let's finally, if you're in Jamestown, you can go to Accra Royal School, Ayalolo. You can go to Ayalolo Cluster of Schools or Richard Akwe Memorial School or the Hanson Road SDA School. You can also go to the John Wesley Methodist School, the Holy Trinity Senior High School. That's Hotcas. And then you can also go to the Manche Agbona or Sacred Heart Senior High School.
Right. Bernard, we'll stay on the line. Caesar Abam joins us on Zoom. Caesar, where exactly are you? I see the entire road is flooded and a truck just thrashed through it.
I'm at Wager White Cross. Wager White Cross. Not
go
too far from the Tetegu Bridge. Wager White Cross, not too far from the Tetegu Bridge.
Very well. And what are you seeing? What picture can you paint for our listeners?
So all down the lane to White Cross is full. I think you can see from the pictures the water is rising. It's about a meter high now. I had got to Malam Junction, but there was too much water between Malam Junction and the overpass, and so I had to come back. Between EU Chinatown and Wager Junction, there's a lot of water. You have to go on the opposite direction. And so water keeps building up. The Tetegu Bridge, the water is rising high. It's not overflowed yet, but it's really rising. And I think that it's too much water and it keeps coming.
Are vehicles moving on the road or from where you are standing? Vehicles are still moving?
Let's say every minute I see a car or two. But usually this traffic time.
Very, very well. Now, Bernard, there is Freeman Mensah too. He is in a vehicle. He stopped moving. He is around Malam specifically. So, Freeman, if you can hear me, tell us exactly where you are and what you can see.
Thanks, Khaled. So, now I have parked at Malam Market exactly.
Yeah.
Hello, Freeman.
And what's happening there, Freeman?
Freeman's line is frozen a bit, but Freeman, you may put off your camera so we can have the best of the
audio. Yeah.
Yes, from your end. But Freeman has parked at Malam.
So Malam Market is much closer to Dansoma now.
Correct.
Freeman, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Yes, welcome back. We can hear you.
Yes. So this is a GMC car, and passing through this flood, the whole of the bonnet was covered. Wow. I joined from Barrier.
That's big.
And the situation is not like anything I've seen before. Let me get down and show you what I'm talking about.
So Freeman joins us. He's been driving from Barrier to Malam, and he wants to show us.
So this is how the whole of Mala Market looks like. I don't know if you can see.
So let me describe that. Under the footbridge, the entire road is covered with
It is
flood
totally
waters.
flooded.
Yeah.
It is totally flooded.
Wow.
And I don't know if anybody is listening to you, they shouldn't bother themselves to move from Barrier to Malam.
Yeah.
It is just not safe. It is just not safe to risk it at all. And you see, like I said, I've seen floods, and there is a GMC car that is really heavy.
Yeah.
And in the flood, you could see that the car is drifting.
Wow.
And I've had to park here because I think the engine may be affected or something.
Wow.
It is really, really bad.
How long did you?
I left home around 4:45 thereabouts, and that's how long it has taken me to get to Malam Market. And I was driving from if you get to Malam Barrier, you enter. So on that Aplaku Botiano stretch around Ayelulu, where St. Carol School is. And you see, the other side of that road, on the Aplaku Botiano Road, the whole place is flooded. A guy walked to me and told me he has had to run away from home because his whole place is flooded. And this is not a place that is flood prone. But today, the whole house is flooded. And he said it is even a story building, and he didn't want to risk it to even go to the top of the building because he doesn't know what will happen. So I don't know if NADMO is listening or anything. I think there should be a response team.
It's serious.
Around.
It's serious.
It is really, really dangerous.
It's serious.
Yeah.
It is really dangerous.
Thank you for your report. Please stay on. We'll come back to you. I just wanted to announce a few more things.
All right.
There's a bit of traffic on the N1 and Jowlu areas. I'm just saying that, look, if you're able to return to a higher ground, just go. There's no need to go forward. Just return and go back to a higher ground. All right. So, for example, if you're coming from Achimota Forest into Fiesta Royale,
You don't need to.
I think you probably just need to go back up because that place is a bit higher. All right. Because Jowlu is actually a low lying area and the N1 is very low. In the middle of Jowlu actually means a lower area.
Yeah.
Now, here's another one. Bernard, thanks for what you're doing. For us at Matayoko Afienya area, it's about the link roads. Water bodies have overflown their banks and bridges have been covered. We set off to work but had to return home. Let's all stay safe. So there's a lot of this happening where you have bridges covered and therefore you just have to go back home.
Yeah.
I think OJ was talking about a bridge nearby here.
That's correct. So if you're
That's
coming
also
from
covered.
Tesano, you're using the Abeka Tesano Road and you're making the turn towards the Crystal Palm areas, the bridge there has been covered.
All right.
So
Now,
please remember.
my friend has sent me a video from 37 to Jubilee House, which is not a place that typically gets flooded. And there's traffic and only one lane is moving. So this is 37 to this is Jubilee House in front of me.
You don't say.
All right. So this is on his way to work in town. So what I would say is, again, if you know the geography of the area you are, fine. Look, so for example, you can go to Christ the King Church and just park there. All right. Just go to Christ the King Church in front of it and park there and just wait.
Yeah.
Or look for a higher ground and park. Because the other thing is that when there's a lot of traffic in the floodwaters, it doesn't help.
True.
So if you see a traffic situation developing, don't go and add to it. Right? Just, that's the other point. Then let me read another one.
Yeah.
Good morning, team. I want to bring this to your attention. The road linking Christian Village to the Domi Road is heavily flooded. We know this road, right?
Yeah.
It's like a valley.
It is.
Making it increasingly difficult and dangerous for motorists to pass through. Ukpongolo is also experiencing significant flooding with rising water levels disrupting traffic. Given the intensity of the rainfall, there is a real risk of vehicles becoming stranded and commuters being trapped. The University of Ghana should, as a matter of urgency, open its access routes to ease traffic congestion and provide alternative passage for motorists. This proactive measure would form part of a broader disaster risk prevention and emergency response strategy, helping to reduce the dangers posed by the flooding. Motorists are advised to exercise extreme caution and avoid driving through flooded sections where possible and prioritize their safety. The situation requires immediate attention. The University of Ghana is one of the best places to be when it rains because it's usually flood prone.
True.
And we want to urge the university to open their gates to allow commuters who may be stranded on the main Legon road to use that access route to prevent flooding.
I just wanted to draw attention to two things. While we find safety, I think that for those driving they should exercise a bit more caution. And when I was coming, there were a number of vehicles speeding
Still?
and splashing water. You know, it sort of dazzles you. So so at some point I had to just take my foot off the accelerator and just tap it slowly on the brake because I couldn't see anything.
Driver and discipline.
So I think that there should be some caution, and there are a number of broken down vehicles on the N1. I think I cited about 3 or 4 when
and many without triangles.
There are no triangles. There are what do you call it? Hazards are not on.
Visibility is
so if
poor.
these are things that are available to drivers, if your vehicle is broken down and you can't move it, you try and get your triangle or turn on the hazard to give an indication to those who are coming. And for the commercial vehicles, I think it's advisable for the passengers to come out of it. In as much as it's raining, I think it's even more dangerous if they stay in it and there's no
Let me give
hazard
you
or triangle.
3 quick don'ts when it's raining. Don't walk in flooded areas.
Okay.
Don't drive through flooded areas.
Okay.
Don't touch under weak structures or trees.
Yeah.
And don't risk your life to save your property.
Yeah. And there's an emergency number if you need NADMO's help. 112 is the number to call.
112.
112 is an emergency line. NADMO will come to your aid. Bernard, guess what? Bernard Abeku is supposed to join me for kickoff today. He is stuck in traffic or the flood situation is in Jowlu. So Abeku, welcome to kickoff. What's the situation? Hello, Bernard.
Yeah, I can hear you. You know, it has restricted a lot of movement. So unfortunately, we're not in the studio, but we are here to also tell you about what's been happening at the global stage when it comes to football.
Oh, let's stick to the floods for now. What is the situation within Jowlu? How is the flood treating the space?
I mean, I woke up around 5. I went out. I'm on the first floor, so I went out around just in the balcony to just observe what's happening around. And there are cars parked in front of the house, but you know, like we all know, the level of the flood waters is a bit up. So the car is sitting right, or the cars are sitting right in the water. It's not really safe to go out there and walk because it's covering all the gutters around. So it makes it super difficult to move. So it's better you stay indoors. So situation here, it's no different from what's happening in other areas.
Right. From the advantage of the heights where you are, how far reaching is this flood impacting the neighborhood?
Well, you know, I'm around the Allied Heights, Perez, in that area.
Right.
And I cannot say the channel through which the water or the flood water should be walking is really not big enough, but it has covered most of the gutters around that area. I mean, from where I live, I'm able to see within a certain reach. So from what I see, even the bigger gutters are also covered in that zone. So I don't think it's safe for anyone within this vicinity to move out.
Thank you for bringing us highlights of that. Bernard, you know, when you use the Legon bypass towards the main highway, you notice that where the trees are, wherever there's a little opening through the greens and then the water gets onto the drains, it hits the drains with a lot of force. So it tells you that with the covering of the trees, it holds a lot of
the
water
trees are
and reduces the force. But you have the situation where so many of the trees are cleared.
Yeah.
If you get to the place opposite Kofi Asar's new head office for the EduWatch, this is Hacho Junction. If you are getting onto, so if you're using the Atomic Agbogba Junction, right, that stretch that takes you to the Gimpa bypass. There's a part there that has a lot of bananas and plantains, telling you that it's a wet area.
Yeah.
I saw 4.
I just received a message from a friend, Ben Nyama, saying that the university has opened all
Wonderful.
their gates.
Wonderful.
They obviously heard our plea and allowing people to move through.
How were the bridges you used? You know, when it rained 3 Wednesdays ago, the number of bridges, indeed, when we interviewed the people in East, they said almost all the bridges were covered. When did you leave home? Was there any situation like that?
I left before by filling it with laterite and compacting it a bit. So that they did. But over time, the rains have once again ensured that we are seeing more potholes on that side. So until this particular water over spills the banks of that river, the bridge has been under control. I'm not sure about those coming from Pantine towards the side, because that part is really bad. So if you're listening to us coming in from the Pantine Hospital towards Parakou Estate, let us know. Abokobi time.
You know, this weekend and the last week I was in Abokobi almost every day.
Right.
And already the road from Abokobi to Pantan was in a very bad shape. I can't believe, I can't even imagine.
It's terrible.
You know, when you're coming from, we went to a program at Platinum Bay Hotel. And when you're coming out of that area, there are three options. You can use the old Ashoman road.
Yes.
You can use the main Pantan road.
Yes.
Or you can use the one that takes you to Pantan village.
Correct.
The main one that takes you to old Ashoman is probably the best. All right.
Yes.
The one that takes you to Pantang itself, it's not even tried.
Yes, that takes you to where you have that river that has been
overflown its bank.
Yes.
Then there's one that takes you to Pantan village. That's like when you from the market.
Yes.
There's a major depression in the water body. So I can say that even without seeing it myself, if this rain continues, most places in Abokobi will also be flooded.
True.
And therefore people should be should take some caution.
Yeah, you know, when you're driving towards that side, you can see the hills, and you can tell those who have lived there for a long time say increasingly the greenery is reducing and they are seeing more roof and structures. And what that is doing is that the trees are being cleared, and the surface water will run with a lot of speed. It will make its way into homes because people have built on the water course, and more action needs to be done to ensure that those structures are cleared so that the flood is mitigated.
So it's 30 minutes past 7. This is an unusual broadcast. So the City Breakfast Show started on time, but we didn't bring you the regular parts because when people's lives are in danger or when there's a lot of distress, we